All right, welcome everybody. Hello. Welcome to Temple Shalom. For those of you I haven't had the pleasure yet to meet, I'm Cantor Jen Karen, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the After the Light concert, a celebration of the amazing music of my friend and colleague, Rachel Reineck. This is actually the second part of this program. The first was an amazing conversation facilitated by Rabbi Abraisley, our senior rabbi who's here as well. This afternoon, we'll be joined by many amazing musicians, including members of Shir Shalom, the community chorus of Temple Shalom, and many other singers joining us for an amazing combined choral experience. To get things started this afternoon, I'd like to share with you the prayer of Shehechianu, ancient Jewish words of blessing that can be traced back over 1,500 years. The words of Shehechianu, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lazman hazeh, express gratitude to the divine for giving us life, for sustaining us and enabling us to reach this day. It's recited to express gratitude for reaching a new or special moment in life, a new season, tasting a new fruit, or even seeing a dear friend after a long time apart. Like much of the music you'll hear this afternoon, this prayer serves as a reminder to appreciate each and every moment of life, with all of the experiences that those moments may bring. Baruch atah Adonai, sustains us and enables us to reach this day. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lazman hazeh, who gives us life and sustains us and enables us to reach this day.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. This is a pretty incredible group of faces. I'm going to try not to cry yet. So I wanted to start with the Shehechianu, partly to be able to sing with Cantor Karen, and just because it's just such an astounding miracle that we have all managed to stay alive until today, to be here together in this room. And I am so grateful. I'm sure I'm not the only one here who's been feeling some pretty intense feelings of dissociation lately. The world feels pretty upside down. And also, our children are still laughing, and there's still so much joy and beauty in the world. So the term uncanny valley was coined by a Japanese robotics professor named Masahiro Mori in 1970. And it refers to the sort of creepy, eerie feeling that we get when something is like really close to being real, like a very lifelike robot or animation, but is not, and it feels very unsettling to us. So I think that this concept has an emotional parallel. We can feel so displaced in our reality when we're surrounded by familiar things, but feeling so unsettled and unsure and afraid, and we can start to doubt our identity or even consensual reality, and those doubts can creep in really deeply. So I am a big fan of making space for uncomfortable feelings. There's going to be a lot of that today. If that is not what you signed up for, now is the time to gracefully make your exit. Because I think when we push them away, we give them more power. And when we feel them, we have the power to move through them. So this song is Uncanny Valley. I once was found, now I'm lost. I once was grown, now I'm a stubborn, selfish child in love with herself. So find me some dry land, 'cause I just wanna bury my head in the sand. This uncanny valley of a summer day sets my skin crawling. I just can't seem to stop lying to you. And the creeping fear of never knowing who I am today feels like drowning. So find me some dry land, 'cause I just want to bury my head in the sand. The sun rose again today and I think it's shining bright, but somehow I just can't feel the warmth of its light. This uncanny valley of a summer day sets my skin crawling. I once was found, now I'm lost. I once heard a song, it's always on the tip of my tongue. Just one more mile, then can it be done? It's always on the tip of my tongue. One more mile, then can it be done? It's always on the tip of my tongue. Just one more mile, then can it be done? Please find me some dry land, 'cause I just want to bury my head in the sand. The sun rose again today and I think it's shining bright, but somehow I just can't feel the warmth of its light. So find me some dry land, 'cause I just want to bury my head in the sand. This uncanny valley of a summer day sets my skin crawling. So for this next song, I am very thrilled to be joined on the cello by Anna Wittstruck. So she's going to get set up while I talk a little bit more. Just getting the microphone set. So let's tune, and then I'll chat. So the last few years, one of the things I've been wrestling with a lot is the morality of spending time and energy and money making art when it feels like the world is on fire and everyone should just be spending every ounce of extra everything they have on Bucket Brigade. And one of the painful truths that I've had to sit with is that whether it's making art or passing buckets, nothing that any of us do is going to be enough. There's no magic way to figure out how we can fix everything. And I think in acknowledging the pain of that not enoughness, of our despair at the suffering that maybe cannot be fixed, there is some road to a different possibility of engaging in a way that's not about fixing, of being in service in the ways that are in front of us without trying to swallow the whole world. But I don't think there's any way to find that place without acknowledging the pain that so many of us are feeling. And one of the most powerful ways that I know to sit with feelings like despair that feel like they are so heavy that if we even glance at them, we will just drown, is through art and through music. So this song is called The Shell. This morning the darkness crept in under the sunrise. So now I am riding the line between apathy and despair. Every moment spills its veins and bleeds toward the night. Every sigh is a warning. No one makes it out alive. If it's never enough, cut the cord. What are we striving for? A crack in the shell. Oh, well, is this a waste of? I've dreamed in whispers, I have dreamed in screams, and I've never been far from this edge. The weather comes and goes, I know they say cherish every day, but when the weight bears down, I shut my eyes, let time just drain away. If it's never enough, cut the cord. What are we striving for? A crack in the shell. You know me so well. Is this a waste of? it's never enough. Cut the cord, what are we striving for? A crack in the shell, you know me so well. It can't be a waste, it can't, and it's never enough. It can't be a waste, it's never enough. Is this a waste of time? Thank you. So, in 2018, when I got pregnant with my son, it was about a year after I'd released my second album, and I was pretty sure that my next album would be songs about the joy of motherhood and the incredible transcendence of bringing a new being into the world and all of the joy that comes with that. And it's not that I didn't have all of those feelings, but those were not the things that I needed to write about. I needed to write about my feelings of isolation, of dislocation in my body and in the world, about feeling invisible and exhausted and angry and resentful at the lack of systemic support for new parents. And in the midst of all of those feelings, trying to convince people that I was doing okay and that they didn't need to worry about me. And at the postpartum depression screenings, when a doctor said, "Your score's a little higher than I'd like it to be." So, "Don't worry, I'm fine. I've got a good therapist. I've got a good husband. I've got good parents. I have this whole network." I think that we don't tend to give women enough space for our anger. So when I first got back to songwriting about a year postpartum, this is one of the first songs that I wrote that is my little contribution to that space for anger. It's called Smile Pretty. Hey honey, I heard you've been losing sleep lately. But don't worry, it's only for the rest of your life. Are you okay? Okay, just say yes and thank you, sir. Swallow those feelings, don't choke on the fear, so you can smile real pretty and ignore that burning bile on the back of your tongue. If it's a choice between falling apart or playing the part, just push a little harder today. A good woman wouldn't want to give less than everything, and those too brittle to bend will break. Hey honey, well no one told you it would be easy. What were you doing with all that time anyway? Are you okay? Okay, don't make me worry about you. Swallow your anger, don't choke on the fear, so you can smile real pretty and ignore that burning bile on the back of your tongue. If it's a choice between falling apart or playing the part, tell me, what will it take? Yeah, it's a choice between falling apart or playing the part, so time to bend till you break. Just push a little harder now. A good woman wouldn't want to give less It's a choice between falling apart or playing the part, yeah. It's a choice between falling apart. But don't worry, it's only for the rest of your life. So the songs on this record were written between about 2018 and 2022, recorded in 2023, released in 2024. And when I was thinking about how I was going to release it and how to have some kind of event for it, I was really uninterested in some kind of show or party that was just like, look at me, I made an album. I am very proud of it, but I have been feeling so isolated these days, and I wanted to find a way to be in it together, to use music as a tool for connection in the darkness. So I decided to write some choral arrangements and ask everyone I knew to join in the choir, and thankfully, Cantor Karen and Shir Shalip were willing to join as well. So I thought this was the perfect song to transform into a choral piece. I'm so thrilled to be sharing the stage with all of these people who have poured so much time and energy and love bringing these arrangements to life. So this is Rise Again. Everybody? All right. Some days you press your finger hard against your bruises to make sure there's still something you can feel. Some days the pressure pulls you down into the dark and winding pathways of your mind, where the sweetness all fades to gray. But I can see sparks of color in the corners of my eyes, and if I can keep on turning, can I find the next sunrise and rise, rise again? Some days the bitter burn of hopelessness scorches every breath in your lungs. Keep your head down, keep your heart closed, hold on to what you've got. But I can see sparks of color in the corners of my eyes, and if I can keep on turning, can I find the next sunrise and rise, rise again? Rise, rise again. May we find the strength to bear our brokenness. May we sing our righteous rage as long as we have breath. I can see sparks of color in the corners of my eyes, and if we just keep on turning, can we find the next sunrise? feel like I'm back in my body now. So while the choir is rearranging, they're very efficient. So after they have rearranged, one of the big themes on this record is darkness and light. So before this next song, I would like to take a brief detour into the field of psychophysics. On the off chance that there is anyone here that is not already intimately familiar with the research that was happening at the University of Leipzig between 1830 and 1860, I'd like to tell you about the Weber-Fechner law. So these psychologists were studying how we perceive changes in stimuli, so things getting quieter, louder, lighter, darker, etc. And what they discovered was that the amount of change of stimulus required for us to detect that there has been a change is directly proportional to the original intensity of the stimulus. The bigger that it is, the more change has to happen for us to perceive it. So if you imagine that we are in a room lit by 2 light bulbs, and one of those light bulbs gets turned off, we are going to notice the change in brightness. If we are in a room with 100 light bulbs and we turn one of them off, we are likely not going to notice that change in brightness. So the thing that I am most interested in, that I use a lot in my teaching, is the opposite side of that, which is that the smaller and quieter and darker something is, the more able we are to perceive the smallest nuances of it. I think also more broadly, this is our opportunity in living in a time that feels so dark. We are more able to see the tiny sparks of light in each other. Against this backdrop, we can see each other's kindness and fortitude and our deepest values, and hopefully use that to orient ourselves towards what is most important. So this song is called After the Light. Faceless men have been stumbling through my dreams. Sandalwood and smoke choking the breeze, and I'm beginning to fear that I've never been angry, wrapped up in comfortable lies of some false peace. But now I think it's dark enough to see a spark of light. So wait until the silence falls to hear this quiet cry. 'Cause after the darkness comes the light, and after the light comes, so I'll be one more voice in the silent screaming chorus, scratching at this collar and chain. And I'm beginning to find that I've always been angry. Under the smile, everyone that knows how to bleed. And now I think it's dark enough to see a spark of light. So wait until the silence falls to hear this quiet cry. Thank you. Thank you so much for singing that with me. Okay, so continuing along similar themes, I think that pain in general gets a pretty bad rap. I am not saying that it is fun or pleasant, but I think it has a really important job, which is to show us where to look, if we can bear to do that. I think a lot of us spend a lot of time holding ourselves inside a shell that is meant to be protective, but ends up feeling much more limiting. And I think one of our great tasks as humans is to learn to bear our pain enough to be able to look at what it's pointing us to, so that we can heal and learn and grow and experience our lives more fully. So I'm so happy to be performing this song with a very wise and very kind friend who is somebody who helps me remember this on some of the days when it is hard to hold. This is Mary Hart, and this song is Anchor. My dear, don't you long for a tender touch, or would that break you? I think that callous is not what it appears. All those aching scars from the places you have been cut open tattoo your thin but hardened skin and strangle every motion.
Time is a brutal, brutal healer.
But I
swear I won't look away.
Could we carve a space for all this weight that's not so heavy? Unclench that fist until you're ready to embrace what you have carried. Love is a brutal, brutal teacher. But I swear I won't look away. It's time to rewrite the shape of things that came. All of our bondage will teach us to be free. Don't you long for a tender touch? Pain is a faithful Thank you. Okay, so while I do think that pain is important and helpful in general, I think that it does have a capacity to be very isolating. And I think a lot of that comes from the particularities of each of our own unique pain and grief and loss and fear that can make us feel so separate. But the story of suffering and of loss is ancient and terribly, terribly common. So beneath that isolation, there is, in fact, this web of connection and meaning that we all share. And if we can learn to be with our pain, we can find more access to the sweetness and the love that is inside grief. So this song is about my particular loss, but my hope is that it speaks to all of the dear ones that are not here that we hold in our hearts. So it feels particularly wonderful to be singing this song with these 5 amazing women. So again, on cello, Anna Wittstruck, and singing with me, Cantor Jen Karen, Barbara Wilson Arboleta, Anna Millette, and Michaela Delishny McDonough, not in that order. This is Lullaby, and we're going to tune first, or are you good? We're not going to tune first. Every song worth writing's already been written. Every tear I'm crying's already been shed. But those black and white red lips still set my fingers humming, grasping for all the fading melodies of the dead. Time has got its teeth in my throat. Every precious moment will be ripped away. But inside my chest I keep a gold-framed photo of my mother's mother. Her voice is in my heart calling me on. So sing me the tragic songs of your family, 'cause haven't we each got our own? And every spring flower takes root in the graves of its fallen brothers. Grief will shade each love we ever known. Time has got its teeth in my throat. Every precious moment will be ripped away. But inside my chest I keep a gold-framed photo of my voice is calling me. Oh, the loss is never ending. Everything that's dear will pass away. But inside my chest I keep a gold-framed photo of my mother's mother. And her voice is in my heart. Her voice is in my heart calling. Her voice is in my heart calling me on. So Barbara and Michaela, who just sang there, as well as three of our choir members, Alana Cutler, Brian Higgins, and Sarah Mendelson, are also writers and recording artists producing wonderful music, and there's information in your programs about how you can find their music, so please check them out. I'm almost ready for you. So as the choir returns, I want to come back to this question that I asked towards the beginning about the morality of making art. And I think it has a corollary, which is how can we justify bringing children into a life that is so uncertain? And I think and I hope that both of these questions have the same answer. I think it's a little easier to see it in our children's faces than through the ego haze of art making. But I think it is that life is beautiful and all of its complicated and painful and uncertain majesty, particularly when we find these common threads and these ways to come together. So this song I wrote while I was pregnant with Isaiah here. And I recorded it while I was pregnant with Samara, who's wandering around somewhere. And the recording that we're going to be singing with, which is also featured on the album version, is a recording of Samara's heartbeat in utero. So this song is Bittersweet. Hey baby, the night's getting colder, but don't worry, 'cause honey, I enjoy growing older while I'm lying here, patiently waiting for you. Baby, your bones are made of old stars. They spark and flutter at the core of what you are. As we're sitting here, patiently waiting for you. The world gets dark, so you gotta learn to make some light. Not every mistake that you're gonna make can be made right. But I love this bittersweet life. And oh, you will too. Hey baby, let's both learn how to bend, stretch and grow and fight and not defend. And I'll face my fears while I'm patiently waiting for you. The world gets dark, so you gotta learn to make some light. Not every mistake that you're gonna make can be made right. But I of this bittersweet life. And you will too. Thank you. Isaiah Bonham Reineck, everybody. I am slightly overwhelmed by gratitude right now. I want to mention a few people in particular. Temple Shalom, thank you for having me here and for being the kind of community that welcomes complicated feelings and hard work and celebrates joy. Thank you so much to Rabbi Abraisley and Cantor Karen for all of the work that they did helping facilitate this. Thank you so much to the music committee for sponsoring this so that we could be in this space and have the sound and have snacks. All of the office staff for all their logistical coordination and administrative support, and particularly Talia, the director of operations, Alonzo, the facilities manager, and Eleanor, who organized the reception. Thank you so much to Ian and Matt on sound and live stream. Thank you to our wonderful cello player, Anna. Thank you to Shir Shalom, the Temple Choir, and all of the other people who joined. I think we need a bunch of applause for that. And thank you so much to all of you for being here. There are so many other places you could be on a Sunday afternoon, and I'm so grateful that you chose to be here with me and with each other. So we have one more song that you can join in on. If you don't know it at the beginning, you will probably know it by the end. And then out these doors to the right, there is a reception. I also have CDs for sale and a virtual tip jar if you would like to further support my work.
And we have one thank you left. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah. Thank you for sharing this amazing, honest, really beautiful music with us, and for involving all of these fantastic people in this endeavor. It's great. It's been wonderful. And I want to give us a chance to sing together as we make our way out to the reception in just a few moments. So we began this evening with words of gratitude from the Jewish tradition. And I'd like us to close out in a very similar way with the words of Hine Matov Umanaim. These ancient words can be translated as how good it is for all of us to be here together on this day. And it serves as a reminder that in many of life's moments, even those that are, to borrow one of your lyrics, bittersweet, it is good to be together in community and to be with one another. So if these words and melodies are familiar to you, please, please do sing along with us. Hine matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. And what's even better than being together is being together with snacks and amazing desserts. So make your way out and to the right, where we've got a delicious reception waiting for everybody.